This episode of Fragbox TV is brought to you by
the world's most beautiful nano reef tanks. Start your reefing adventure at reefcasa.com.
What is going on, my reefing fan? March here. This is Fragbox TV, and this is the hermit crab named Bruno. Who is Bruno? I'm gonna get to Bruno in a second. Bruno. I'll get to Bruno. I just want to show you something new because I want your opinion. So if you can comment below, what do you guys think? Our Reef Casa flat 6-gallon Pico. We're actually changing the name of this tank because I find it's a mouthful, but that's not what I want to ask you about. I want to ask you about this lid. We're prototyping white because why is everything in the saltwater aquarium hobby black? We find everything is sort of, filters are more or less always black, and this is black, and filtration cover is black, and everything's black. And I thought, how about white? How about we do something different? So what do you guys think? Please comment below. I'll look at them. I want your feedback. When we make new products, we can't really, well, this is one, it's a prototype, but usually we got to make things in bulk, 50 or 100. So I do have to commit to quite a large investment into something that I think is cool, but I want to know, what do you guys think? Is there a market for it? Would you purchase a white version of a tank? Let's say this was white. I have white ones of these coming, even maybe a white light with a white gooseneck. We have white out stickers to stick on the back here. Even this, let me show you some of the plumbing that we're working on. My mind doesn't stop. It's kind of like a blessing and a curse. Oh, hi guys. The team is leaving for the day. Check this out. White VCA random flow generators made by Vivid Creative Aquatics out of San Antonio, Texas. So that would change our return line piece. So basically everything that you see in black right now would be white. I don't know if I can say white anymore. I think I got the point across. Again, please give me your opinion. I think it would look cool. I think it would look sleek. It'd be different for sure. This is our most popular tank on the market. It's a 6-gallon, and I think it is just because the shape is different. I think that's why this one just sells like hotcakes. Okay, who is Bruno? What is Bruno? Bruno is this hermit crab here, and you would only really know what this is if you came to Club Fragbox. What the hell is Club Fragbox, and where's my invite? We did put a lot of invites out. Thank you so much to everyone that came out. We had so much fun. There might be a little bit less alcohol last time. Thank you to B, thank you to Brandy for giving me the idea that inspired Club Fragbox. Basically, it's after hours, like right now, the store is closed, so after 7:25, I think we were 28 people. It was pretty rammed in here. We all met up. We had some beer, we had some wine, we had some pizza, we had some laughs, a lot of giveaways, and this was one of them. It's just a place to like come and hang out, get to know us a little bit better. The staff is all new here, so you get to know them a little bit better, and then really most importantly is get to know each other, learn from each other. Peter that came, thank you very much. Peter just brought a bunch of GSP frags. Look, if there's any new hobbyists here, this stuff grows like crazy for me. If everyone wants a free frag, I thought that was so cool. Mike brought the cookies, everyone brought the smiles, so we had a lot of fun, and there was a ton of giveaways. I think we gave away $1,000 worth of stuff in the store and gift cards. I didn't expect to do that. My initial goal was 200, but once I start drinking, I get quite generous. So Bruno was a challenge we had a little drawing challenge. I said you got 30 seconds to draw a hermit, and then this was the worst one. So he won a $50 gift card. The best one also won a $100, but this one we're going to turn into a sticker to commemorate just a fun evening. We also have coming, sorry Bruno, I'm going to put you to rest right now. We also have coming Fragbox Club cards. So if you come to one of the events, you get one card, and it's going to give you a discount on the entire store. It's really just my way of saying thank you. Thank you for 12 years of success. Thank you for continuing to come to the store. And I want to give more than I take, and that's my way of doing it and of saying thanks. So we're going to keep doing them. They're only once a season. I'm only going to issue 100 cards, and you can't get one unless you come. They're only going to last for 1 year. It's going to get you exclusive deals, exclusive promos for only Club Fragbox members. It's going to get you early entrance to the store, first notification for new stuff that comes in, and you get access to the event. So I'm going to make it exclusive, and I want to make it a really tight-knit community because we used to have one like that here in Toronto, and it just completely changed since COVID. So I kind of want to bring back that feeling of the tightness with the reefers. I miss that when like someone would come in the store on the Saturday. This was kind of like the mecca, the meeting spot for so many people. You come in and you recognize half the other faces. You know, I think that's just so cool, and I really just want to bring that back. So thanks again, Brandy, for giving me the idea from the Tidal Gardens podcast. It was a great one. I'm so excited to go. Actually, we're going back to Tidal Gardens. I'm focusing in on this empty wall because I'm going to tell you about it in a second. But at the end of August, we're coming to Aquashella, Chicago. with Paul from Advanced Aquarium Consultancy. He's going to fly over from the other side of the pond and come pay us a visit with his lovely wife Angela. We have Danny from Danny's Aquarium. If you don't know, he's one of the biggest YouTubers when it comes to saltwater tanks. They're both going to fly over here. I think Joe from Aquarium Composition, Patrick from Reef Wholesale, and my mother, Angela. We're all going to jump in the car. If we don't kill each other, if I don't kill her, she doesn't kill me, we're going to make it to Tidal Gardens again. We're going to do a four-way podcast. So he's actually setting up new equipment just for us. I feel honored. And then we're all going to drive over to Aquashella in Chicago. So that should be cool. Before that happens, I might get done finishing this wall. This is the expansion of our brand, our line that I'm proud to show you guys, Reef Casa, and it keeps growing. So I need a little bit more room. I have these ropes that I just hung today because I want to give it sort of a different feel than the rest of the store. So I got these coming. I mean they're done, and I'm just going to hang some wood shelves that I cut. I want to give it sort of a little bit of a more homey feel. I want some plants, I want some greenery, and I want it to just stand out a little bit from the rest of the store. To me, it looks a little uniform. It's kind of organized chaos if you look at the shelves. If you're new to the channel and you don't know why I'm talking about shelving instead of corals and teaching you how to keep acropora alive, because that's how this show works. It's a mishmash of everything. Sometimes I just dive right into zoanthids and that's all I talk about, and I want to show you the coral that really got me into this. This is really what started it, was zoanthids. Not this particular one, it was actually candy apple reds, but zoas are really what hooked me into the hobby. Sometimes it's traveling, sometimes it's talking about why the shelves are the way they are, and that is kind of like today's sort of vlog update. So it's going to continue to expand that way, and then at some point I'm going to reach a limit, and then I'm gonna stop, because we don't need to have every single product out there. We do have a new pump on the way, so if you're looking for a little one, I think we're going to call it the Squirt. It's like a really tiny pump for smaller tanks, under 10 gallons, but if an AI Nero 3 is too big for you still, or even a Jabao SOW3, it's going to be even smaller than that. So I'm trying to have a kind of smart pump solution for people that have really tiny tanks. Our Indonesian coral shipment, it just keeps getting better and better. The longer the corals sit, the better they look. Maybe you caught at the end of the last video, I was sort of I was expressing a little bit of my compassionate side with the fish. We have almost no fish in stock right now, and I love the fish. I hate when they die, and it's just part of the game, part of the industry. And I found that over the years, I've gotten so desensitized, and I forget sometimes they're living. So I think we're gonna actually, maybe I'm playing with the idea of taking down the fish wall that's there, or transforming it into a larger invert system, macroalgae display system, something. I want to move away from the fish. It makes me feel yucky. I don't feel good taking them from the wild. I don't feel good selling them. And maybe I'm a little bit hypocritical, because then I continue to sell shrimp, and who am I to decide that a fish's life is more important than a shrimp or a crab or a hermit? But I don't like this. I don't like that we have a board here for fish death. It doesn't make me happy. This week, not that bad, honestly. Oh, shite. Everything's falling. This is very much unscripted, if you haven't noticed. Let me show you. Let's see what died this week on the board. We have one dead Hector goby, one dead yellow clown goby. I promise you're never going to find another store that shows you their fish losses like this. Two more Hector gobies, a 6-line wrasse, a Watchman goby, and a chromis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually 7 dead is not bad. One of the first jobs I ever had was at a store called, this is the Hector goby that died. We had more of them. Now we have one. It's called PJ Pets at Yorkdale. If you maybe live in Toronto and you remember it, it was in the basement. It was a pretty cool shop. They did rodents, they did snakes, they did chameleons, they did saltwater. They even sold dogs and cats at a time when you could buy them in pet stores in Ontario. Then they changed the law, and then that was really the backbone of the business, and there's bye-bye PJs. The point is, I used to work there. It was one of my first jobs when I was 15 or 16. And my job when I first came into the store was to go through and take out all the dead fish. So that was, before almost doing anything, because you can't have customers come through and see dead animals. Presentation was very important. So it doesn't mean that they don't die, it just means that you don't see it. And in a lot of stores, sometimes they just leave the bodies. It's a little bit unsettling, but maybe that's why I've become desensitized, because I've been doing it my whole life. I'm moving back towards being a little bit more compassionate, and maybe not selling fish, maybe just really honing in and focusing on what I love, which is the corals, what got me into it. It's in the name, it's Fragbox, it's not Fishbox. This is, the corals are truly what I care about. The fish, I love the ones that we have. They're like pets to me, and I get so emotionally attached to them, and I don't want to see any of them perish. So you might see, I just trying to prepare you slowly and give you a little bit of insight in my mind how it works and why I'm sort of moving in a different direction. We're making good money on Reef Casa. We've gone from 0 to 100 in 2 years. I ordered the first time 50 aquariums. I now have a 40-foot container with 600 or 700 units landing in the next week. This has become a huge source of revenue for the store. It's like, and it, you know, it just really started as, let's do aquariums. Let's make it easy for people to get in the hobby. I'm not trying to sell you on these. It's not my spiel. I'm just giving you a sort of a little bit of the backstory on where it came from. And it started with this Studio 12. This was the first one. Then we went to a bigger one. We now have 8 different models. Then a light, then a lid, then a shroud, then 2 lights, then 3 lights, then heaters, then filter floss, then refugium lights, 2 different types, refractometers, random flow generators, drip kits, bacteria blocks, pumps, denitrifying bacteria, ammonia chloride, different sort of filtration upgrades, TDS meters, photo lenses, epoxies, filter flosses, digital thermometers, hydrometers, sand, salt. There's another 10 products in the basement that I'm working on. It doesn't stop. That's how it works in my mind. It doesn't stop. It's constantly clicking. It's in this, one is done, what's the next project? Okay, that's done. How can I improve the front of the store? Okay, I've improved the front of the store. Let's go in the back. Where are the little things that we can improve on? Where's that 1% a day that I can make this store the best possible store that I can be? I've said another day in one of the videos, I think we're #1 in the country. And somebody said, nope, I think candy corals is #1. And it got me thinking, actually. It's a little comment, and maybe you guys gloss over it, and you know, it got me thinking, what is #1? Are we #1? Do I want to be #1? I don't know. So it really got me thinking. A little comment like that said, someone else, your competitor is #1. And then I thought, #1 is relative. #1 for you maybe isn't #1 for me. Or #1 for him. We have different things. If you're going by size, we're not #1. We're #0. We're negative. This is about as small as you want to do for a shop like this. It's 32 feet from, maybe 40 feet from there to there, 38 feet. We're not including the hallway, and from this wall to this wall we have 14. It's really small. If you're looking in terms of size, #1 would be Big Al's. But if you're looking in terms of service, Big Al's is at a 0 in my opinion. The service is not there, but in terms of size of stores and scope and locations, that franchise is #1. If you want to look at sales, again, those guys are going to be #1. You guys don't realize what the Pet Save warehouse that powers the Big Al stores. I think they're like 15 different locations. They're #1. So in terms of sales, us smaller stores, me, Candy Corals, Reef Paradise, any of the ones you want to name, we are spec compared to that behemoth. They have, I think, 100 employees. But for me, that's still not #1. Sales for me, if you could do the top sales, that's great. It just means that you sold more. Does that mean #1? For me, that's still not #1. I think where we stand apart is the service. And when I go out and I buy stuff, it's those friendly interactions. That's what's going to make you remember those stores, right? Is the service. You know, how do we treat our customers? And we've been lucky enough to have 12, like I said, 12 years of success, 12 years of repeat customers, people coming back. And I feel so grateful for that. For me, #1 is when I get an email from someone that says, we watch your videos in our classroom. March, please stop swearing. We find you so entertaining. We watch it together as a class. Somebody writes, March, I'm in bed, I'm dying of cancer, I have cancer, I live in England. Your videos help me get through the day. That makes me #1. Or when I go to an Aquashella, or I go to Reefapalooza Orlando, and a kid comes up to me and says, man, when I grow up, I want to have a Fragbox. I want to be like you. March, can I take a photo with you? I still don't understand why they want to take a photo with me. To me, that's #1. That's when I feel like a rock star. When I go to Korea, I'm on the other side of the world, I walk into a cafe/coral store, I'm beside myself. I'm like, holy guacamole, what did I just walk into? This guy has taken my dream, coffee and coral, he did it. He put $3 million into it, and I'm standing in the most incredible store I've ever seen, and he's excited to see me. Oh my God, March, what are you doing here? He's excited he takes out his phone, he unlocks it. Look man, I'm subscribed. I watch your videos. I can't believe you're here in South Korea. For me, that's #1. That's #1 for me. So we have different sort of viewpoints. It's all relative. The fish are happy, the corals are happy, and the staff happy. I'm on top of the world. I don't think I can ask for any more than that. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up this little vlog update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna finally start editing some of the videos that I did in South Korea and Japan, and I can share that with you. There's just a lot I wanted to catch up before, because anytime I travel and come back, change is gonna happen. They're gonna be happening in the store. There's no way. Every time I do a trip like that to Asia, I come back just a different person. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you guys back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.